mark receiving on the year. Hope you're all ready for this one under the lights on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Rio de Janeiro team. They've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And that's the kind of streak you don't see too often in today's NFL since there's so much parity. So the way they've played has been truly remarkable.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Here we go.
They'll run again. Again, it's Powell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 22 carries, 93 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Back to throw. McGraw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And as we check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into the weekend, see a familiar name there near the top of the leaderboard, currently 2nd in that category. They go play action with Burrow. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup there, especially when it comes on the heels of a 3-and-out the first time you have the ball. They were determined to not have that happen again, and that's a nice throw for their first down of the game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Dumps off to Powell. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
But you look at this defense.
They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
Here's 3rd and 6.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final.
Breaks the tackle, he's got room to run. He's still on his feet. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2nd and 7.
Now Burrow. Throwing, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Here's Powell. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
When you look at this defense,
well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Alluding to, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now it's Burrow. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's come out of the gates hot. He's been on target with his throws, and that's reflected in the numbers as he'll look to keep it going here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. His throw incomplete. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Open man down the field. This is Mitchell. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a give right side. Roberts. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. McGraw.
Here's Tucker, complete on the right side.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. This now a 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. McGraw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Nick Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season. Continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. He's starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. He finds his man complete. That's Yates. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Defense.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 86 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
They run with Powell. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers down.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's in the midst of a very solid season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Operating from the gun, McGraw looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. So he stopped for no gain, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Roberts. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
Operating from the gun, McGraw.
Looking for the out route. He's got his man. It's Mitchell.
His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Looking to throw. McGraw. Roberts has it. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's got this down to the 35. That's a gain of 14.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tucker. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Back to throw. McGraw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them. And he
is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Shifts by him, shreds him with a stiff arm. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. McGraw looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. McGraw firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
At the 22-yard line.
Back to throw. McGraw got his man complete over the middle. That's Mitchell. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. McGraw.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. In motion left is Mitchell.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Operating from the gun. McGraw got his tight end. That's complete. That's Tucker.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
At the 3-yard line.
Back to throw. McGraw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 3 yards out, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is now 24. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
11 mighty.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Again, it's Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal can change the fortunes of the team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they'll have time for 1 play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first,
all right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Roberts got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Throw out wide is incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a fourth down.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
They begin with a carry for Powell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a yard.
Here we go.
Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down. They'll set up a throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Now back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Powell.
And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down.
That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. And they'll send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
The Rio offense about to set up shop once again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Off the play fake, McGraw. It's caught by Roberts. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Up the middle they go. It's Roberts. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, it's Roberts.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Roberts. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Off play action. McGraw. Complete. This is Mitchell. And touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So this drive spans 7 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Burrow will throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Powell. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup results in a first down.
Right back to him on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, Down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Off the play fake. McGraw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And he's got his big tight end here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll run on 1st down. It's Powell. And a short gain here down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Burrow on play action. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30.
All right, let's give credit where credit is due. How about that return? Great blocking, great vision, all the way down to the 2-yard line. The only person who has to be upset, the guy who didn't get it into the end zone. That far and no reward?
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. They'll try to run this one in, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Now the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Burrow. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And Burrow going to throw again. And he'll find Hall. So the completion good for just 3. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Burrow looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Here we go.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Yates. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
11.
They're going to look to throw.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it on the ground. Roberts. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Now a handoff up the middle. Roberts. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.